Leah is with us, or Lee, in New York City. Is it Leah or Lee?
It's Leah. Hi.
Great. Hi. Happy Thanksgiving. What are you thankful for?
I'm thankful that my family is healthy and that we are on baby step 3.
Yay! How can we help?
Hi. So we have been on a budget for a while, but from time to time we keep running into this issue of that we can't wait for the next paycheck to come. It's almost like we're running out of money, and I feel like we're not doing something right in dividing up the money or the budget within the month. And also, even though we are on baby step 3 and we paid off all our debt, we kind of still feel like at this point that we're almost like living paycheck to paycheck, so to speak.
What's your household income?
So, my husband is working, he's making $9,400 take-home pay.
Mm-hmm. That's your household income?
Yes.
Okay.
Per month.
So when you guys were doing a budget, when you were paying off debt, was there margin left over?
Well, at the time I was also working. It was very hard. It was.
So there was a drop in income.
Not much.
Is that what's causing this, the drop in income from you not working?
I don't think so. I mean, we did have another child, and my income wasn't so great. I was working only part-time, and he also received the raise in the past few months.
Okay, when you do a budget, both of you sit down and look at what is allocated to each category, and you're both agreeing to that.
Correct.
And then what happens that blows it up?
The budget is fine. We have money for everything and every category. It's just that as we start spending the money and starting to track the money, it's almost like we run out of the actual money in the bank before.
The bank money is reflected on the budget, so you're running out of money in the category if you're overspending. You're either overspending a category or underfunding a category.
If you have $9,400 take-home pay,
it's just that, let's say our bills are due earlier than the next paycheck would come in. It's like he gets.
Why would you budget that? You need to budget what's the reality is. Your budget's not a mythology template that just is the way you wish life is. Your budget needs to reflect what life is.
And it does.
No, it doesn't, because your bills are coming up in a budget outside the budget. They're coming due, and they're not budgeted for.
The actual money is not in our checking account.
You're saying it's a timing problem, but you need to be budgeting for whatever that paycheck coming in. You need to make sure that you've got a plan for that money, and that money needs to be able to cover your bills.
So within the month, it's budgeted for correctly. It's just that the money is not in my checking account yet.
And that's what we're saying is don't budget for money that doesn't exist. If you've got $9,400 coming in.
But it will exist because we get paid twice a month.
Okay. So you've got to learn to adjust the budget into two halves then, the 2 times a month, where you've got a certain amount coming out for food in the first half of the month, but you've got a bunch of other bills hitting, so your food budget may be a little lower in the first half and a little higher in the back half when you don't have as many other bills hitting. So you may have to run 2 half budgets that are zeroed out to make this work, to get your timing right, until you can get a little bit ahead of the budget and have a little bit of slush in there to be able to make this run. But I think you guys are watching too much Netflix and not spending enough time on this budget. This is not rocket science. You can sit down and figure this out when both of you lean into it and sit down and look at it and push on it and go, every one of these dollars needs a name, and it needs to reflect the reality of our month. The cable bill is due on the 25th. That has to show up in this budget. The electric bill is due on the 3rd. That has to show up in this budget. We have to see how that's going to work and just spend a little bit of time on it, planning it out. I think you can do it.